I think that a second viewing is really the best way of clarifying answers, because it does beg that, you know, in the same way that I finished the script for the first time and I read it immediately again. We you know, intentionally would put in little clues throughout the movie, which would never be noticeable. Would go completely over the heads of a first-time viewer, but with the knowledge that you have by the end of the movie, are things that if you're sharp, you'd be able to pick up on a second viewing, you know, and so you'd essentially be seeing like almost a second movie the second time around. And I like that very much. You know, it's definitely a movie which is going to leave with people debating and having many questions about it, as they should do, because the movie itself is the magic trick. There's going to be some numerous ones in this one, and unfortunately, you know, I can't really say exactly what those ones are. There's a great mystery that is essential for us to maintain in doing any of these interviews. But I think, you know, I think it's inevitable that once people see it, that they will have the same curiosity about the scenes I'm talking about, you know, and they'll know what they are by that time, to go back and to you know, reassess with better informed eyes. The first thing that we wanted to do was to not have this like any other period movie. My own personal feeling, which I said to Chris quite early on, I said, you know what, one of the big problems I think with period movies is that because we don't have you know, personal knowledge of the way that people behaved, we tend to look to other movies for the way that people behaved in these times. And therefore, everybody starts behaving the same. And it's no more likely that anybody behaved the same in that period than we do now, you know, all walks of life. And so we wanted to make sure that these were just people. These were people, identifiable people. We're only talking about 100 years ago, you know. All that's changed is the technology around us, you know. And so that hopefully people will not be viewing it as a period movie in the slightest. But this period that we chose that it's set in is ideal, because the magicians at that time had this great opportunity where, because of people's lack of knowledge about science, etc., where so much was unexplained, which nowadays we all know, they were able to have a power, to hold a power over their audience, where the audience could actually suspect that they were kind of superhuman. They did have powers, which obviously nowadays magicians, they're unable to cultivate that kind of mystique. You know, we can appreciate their skill, but that's where it ends.